the finishing touches to a piece called Long Hall. Its curvilinear beauty is striking. Typically in Ken's work, the depth and breadth behind the idea of his forms is compelling. Now in his 70s, he has a lifetime of experience to draw on.
So these two figures at the end, they're sort of male and female in a way. This is the masculine one here, and that's the feminine one there. And the one in the middle, who's getting a nice little shiny spine now, is the vulnerable one. And I hope through looking at the sculpture, you can see the two powerful aspects of the bookends and just caring for this very vulnerable little novel in the middle in a way, and just sort of seeing it through that period in its life to try and ensure it's not harmed as much as it could have been. That's really what it's all about, just caring for others in the workplace and in life in general, really.
Ken's mother suffered from depression. He started off as an apprentice carpenter, learning respect for tools and carving. But as a youngster, he too struggled with finding a direction in life. At the age of 19, a local vicar introduced him to a Franciscan order in Dorset. From there, he was able to study at Yeovil Tech. Alongside his spiritual journey, he started sculpting.
Well, one of the more exciting things about my job is the opportunity to discover. And Ken's work was a total revelation to me, really. This piece, Suppression, is a large piece by him. It's in bronze, but it comes from an earlier piece that he made quite early on in his life. It's a wonderful piece. You can just get the sense of what's going on here with this heavy shoulder, a head fallen into the arms of another, supporting somebody else underneath. But it is abstracted, so it's kind of what you want to make of it, really.
Ken's ability as a stone carver was recognised early, and he exhibited at the Royal Academy. His talents were such that contact with Henry Moore led to the offer of a place at the Slade. But he took his own path, studying art on a foundation course in Walthamstow, and then on to Bristol Art College.
Well, I think I'm a sculptor because I like the physicality of the stone, and I like the process of working out ideas. I like putting my emotional thoughts into solid stone to make them look sympathetic in stone. But I don't use the stone, I use the stone as an honest medium. I don't try and make it represent anything but stone and my emotional feelings. And that suits me fine.
I think Ken's a really exciting artist, possibly from Adeli's point of view, because he's never previously been discovered. But if you look at his work, you can read it very readily, I think. And it's been my experience over some time that if an art has got its particular sort of inner being, it's most likely to be very successful.
This is another mother and child, and I've done many, and this one's made in soapstone. It's a beautiful finish to it, you get a high finish. I've done probably about 8 or 9 mother and child, which usually relates to another member of the family being born. And this particular one was when Ollie was going to be born, who was now 20 months old. He had a difficult procedure being born and was kept in hospital. It's so sort of protective, the mother of the child, and the child was quite vulnerable because of the procedure it had. But it's perfectly well, the child. And I just keep coming back to them. And the last few years I've been putting expressions on the mother's face, and the baby's face has always been plain. But this particular one has just got an indication of a socket for an eye, which feels nice when you touch it. They're so tactile, and if you close your eyes, you can follow the journey around the sculpture.
Ken's ability is to reflect personal values in his work, as well as the big issues of the day in the world at large. His sensitivity to human suffering was enhanced by his job as a social worker, which he juggled with sculpture for 24 years.
I think, generally speaking, human condition is absolutely his bag, really, whether it's something to do with the Iraqi war, or whether it's somebody who can't make ends meet and is down and out, or it's an emotional collapse of some sort. He's very, very clever at catching that sense.
Ken's exhibition with Messams is the culmination of a big body of work. This piece, The Bird and the Guitarist, relates to Ken's son Simon. It's made of Ken's stone of choice, polyphant, quarried on the Devon-Cornwall border.
I like it because it's not difficult to carve. Like marble is and it's very hard and tough, and you'd have to use diamond cutting tools and electric power, and then chip off pieces from the striations I make in it. The polyphant, you just carve it with a chisel. You can carve from one side, if you're skillful, right the way around, right around there to do one shape. With marble, I'd have to chip, and take ages. And it's always been good to me. It's just lovely. And what people who buy this stuff, they really like the high finish I get on them, and inside the sort of posits of like iron oxide, orangey, reddy spots when it's polished. They're very, very attractive.
Ken is devoted to his wife Ross, who's recently been beset by ill health, and Simon has helped care for her. The poignancy of Ken's work often shines through as a tribute to family support. To quote ecologist Satish Kumar, Ken's work brings a sense of meaning and a sense of the sacred in life.